let's go back to the Supreme Novices Hurdle then, and we'll start with that, if you don't mind. So, Leon, just give us the prices quickly, if you don't mind, for the Supreme. The opening day the opening race on Tuesday.
Yeah, look, our first enhancement is in that race. Joseph's horse, Fecker the Diaries, we're pushing him out to 11-2 from 4-1. So the betting will be Al Dancer 3-1, Fecker the Diaries 11-2, Angel's Bread is 6-1, Classical Dream is 8-1, Elixir de Newt also 8-1, Mr. Fisher, Aramon 10-1, Grand Sansi for Paul Nichols is a 12-1 chance. Vision d'Honneur for Gordon 16-1, as is Animix and Battle Over Doyen.
Okay, just before we go on to that, I know you gave a wink there. That Benny de Dieu and Sir Eric bet for Ted. Can the lads have 5-1 here about that?
No.
For the love of God.
No.
Come on.
No.
Giving up their time to support here. Make it worth a while for coming out.
No, I'll tell you what we'll do. Do you want to no, we'll go individually, we can call them out, but that double is, it only works out really just over on our prices. It's just 11-4. Sir Eric and Benny de Dieu. Anyone here can have 7-2.
Give us 4-1.
No.
Give us 4-1.
No.
4-1. Extra half a point.
No.
Maximum stake of €500.
No. 7-2. We've loads of enhancements, Hugh. That's 7-2, that double.
Will someone get Leon a few more points? I want to come back at that a little bit later on. Right, okay, so 7-2 as you stand that double. Yep. Let's talk about the Supreme then. Jane, we don't know if Classical Dream is going to go in this or the Ballymore. Aramon, who by all accounts probably should have won the race at Leopardstown the last time out if he just hadn't hung across the track. But the favourites, Facker de Dairies, obviously the juvenile in the race, Al Dancer won impressively the last day, and Angel's Breath, who needs to recover from the last run. What stands out to you?
Well, I think with Facker du Dairies, he might be a 4-year-old, but he's a hardened 4-year-old. He's loads of experience under his belt. Joseph O'Brien has never waxed lyrical about him as he has Sir Eric, and I imagine he's probably running here because Joseph doesn't think he'll beat Sir Eric in the Triumph, which I wouldn't be backing a horse if that's the connections feel about the horse. Al Dancer was good in the Betfair Hurdle, albeit he was free. And I wouldn't take Angel's Breath's last run as a negative. He was only having his second start over hurdles, and there was a lot of things not in his favour, and he didn't stop at the line. But Elixir de Nuts is very good form. He's a Tolworth Grade 1 winner. He beat Grand Sancy and Southfield Stone, and Southfield Stone then was the horse that came out and beat Angel's Breath. So his form isn't too bad. Aramon for the Irish, he's the Grade 1 winner in the field. I thought he should have beat Classical Dream if he ran straight in Leopardstown.
Is that a worry that he didn't?
I don't like a horse that lugs in, but at the same time, the ground was real quick and he might have been feeling it. Ruby will know better than I, or Ted might know better than I, but he's very good form on his day. If the ground turns up soft, I might question him. I think he's got loads of boot on good ground. It's a wide open race. I don't particularly like the English horses, except for Colin Tizard's horse. I think he's overpriced there at 8-1, and when Robbie Power gets up on him, he'll be 4-1.
Okay, Ted, just on classical. There you go. Well, there you go, Robbie. Do you want to address that?
Yeah, look, he's won around Cheltenham. His form is working out well. He's a second season novice as well. He's plenty of experience, and in a year when I just cannot get me a handle on the 2 mile novice hurdle form, especially in Ireland. They're all beating each other every day they run, so there's nothing standing out. I was very impressed with Al Dancer in the big handicap hurdle in Ascot. I thought he was keen early.
11 stone 8 to carry his
he was a bit novice at 1 or 2 hurdles. I think he learned an awful lot from it, and having that experience going into a race like the Supreme will stand to him. It's an ordinary year for 2 mile novice hurdlers. I can't see any of these coming out and being a champion hurdle horse next year. They're either all very good or they're all very ordinary, and I'd be going with the latter. I think Al Dancer's the one they have to beat.
If it's on the soft side, then Classical Dream could well run in this.
He could well run. He could well run. He beat Aramon at Leopardstown. He could well run if they're going to soft. So that's what I'm saying. Yeah, and at 8 or 10-1, he's probably a bit of value. But from an Irish point of view, I thought the horse, a bit like what Jane said, I thought Angel's Breath ran well the other day as well too. I think that Nico de Bonville did knock him around. I know if it was a maiden hurdle at Leopardstown and he rode him as tenders as he did from the back of the last, he'd be in. He never picked it up and gave him a clouter, and he accepted defeat straight away, I'd say, with this race in mind. He has a chance as well. He's 4 or 5-1.
Okay. Vision d'Honneur is entered in this. Jane, do you think he'll run in this? Gordon's horse?
According to Gordon, he kind of says he will. He's not sure to boot. Or sure, look.
He's a big price.
Don't take that seriously. I think I read it in the paper somewhere. To be honest, they're not going to decide until much closer to time.
Yeah.
He's been beaten a couple of times this year and he won a maiden hurdle. I just couldn't be... He's in against Grade 1 winners here. A horse that won a major handicap hurdle. I just couldn't have him.
Okay, all right. We'll move on. So...